let's say, Denmark says, look, we're not selling you Greenland. And yeah, I know you want to put another military base there, but we don't want it, or whatever the case may be. There's nothing really we can do, right? I mean, it sort of sounds like President-elect Trump is talking about the possibility of military action.
Well, I know that lawmaker, and she's a wonderful woman. But I have to say that Denmark is part of NATO. It's one of the founding nations. And there are certain rules in NATO. And one is Article 3, that you have to be able to defend your own territory. Denmark is a little country with an economy and population kind of like our state of Colorado. And Greenland is 1/3 the size of the continental US. And then it has all those open seas around it. And it's part of North America. It's right off our northeast coast. And so the idea that Denmark can't defend it, can't afford to develop it, it's like owning an asset you can't afford to own. And Denmark doesn't really own it. Greenland is a semi-autonomous country. The only thing that Denmark controls is their defense and their foreign policy. But you can see that they don't really control the defense because they can't defend it. So Denmark's a great ally. For 200 years, they've been a great ally. We love Denmark. We'll get to a good place because President Trump wrote a very famous book called The Art of the Deal. He never takes anything off the table. We'll get to a good place. I'm sure of it.
Because wouldn't NATO, based on what you just said, be obligated to defend Greenland if there was an issue with China or Russia, et cetera?
Well, there's already an issue with China and Russia. So already China, the CCP or related companies own a minority interest in a majority of the mines. And there's a lot of rare earths up there. And we need those for our cell phones and our defense equipment. China's already cut us off from certain rare earths just recently. And they continually threaten to do this to us. So we have to have, we don't want Cuba next to our country. We don't want, to have a country that's controlled by an adversary. It's a very dangerous world. This isn't 50 years ago where you could be laissez-faire about these things. President Trump sees a real need to secure our northeast flank. Look at what China is doing in places like the Spratly Islands where they're, creating these defense hubs and pushing out their territory. We can't allow that to happen to Greenland. Greenland is about 57,000 people. They're great people. They deserve opportunity so they can prosper and have good paying jobs. Denmark sends Greenland around $600 million every year. But Denmark also benefits from having Greenland be part of their kingdom. So I think that there will be a great deal done. I never speak for President Trump, but I know he has a great deal in mind to get it secure.
Right. So it'll be negotiation, not military action, right? I mean,
listen, I'm not taking anything off the table for our incoming president.
But what does that mean? What does that mean? We're going to take over Greenland potentially using military force?
Well, we already did that once in the middle of the last century. In the mid 20th century, we actually occupied Greenland. There was about 20,000 Greenlanders then, and we had about 5,000 soldiers. But when we got to Greenland, and part of the reason there's resentment from Greenlanders toward Denmark is how they were treated by the Danes. When we got to Greenland, Greenlanders told me they weren't allowed to own shotguns. They weren't allowed to own kerosene lanterns. They called them Aladdin lanterns. The Danes had kept them living like Stone Age people, and they didn't have opportunity. And you just don't get over that overnight. And so the idea that I signed a trade and cooperation agreement with the Greenlanders in the waning days of the first Trump administration. I did the same thing with the Faroe Islands. We need countries to have good relationships with us. They want to have trade. So I know there will be great opportunities for the Greenlanders to grow their economy. And I'll give you another example. Governor Dunleavy, the governor of Alaska, offered to share with them best practice for fisheries, for mining, to create a multi-billion-dollar sovereign wealth fund, just like Alaska has done, to show them how to do that so that they can create generational wealth for the people in Greenland.
That's great, but let's take military off the table, right? Let's say all those things that the ambassador just said sound great, but let's just take the military idea off the table. No, we can't rule that one out.
Do you think I'm going to speak for President Trump? Are you crazy?
No, speak for yourself.
He has the reins in this deal. I'm not going to ever speak for him or his team. He knows what he's doing better than anybody.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.